So for a lot, and yesterday I was kind of down for the count, and I hadn't been that way in time. And a lot of insecurities were coming up. I felt very discombobulated, sorts, and very different than how I had been the past few weeks. So to start this program that I'm offering called Energetics for Empaths. So it's a signature program that includes amazing energetic practices, physical practices, energetic practices, meditation practices, as well as a lot of healing through emotional healing, like therapeutic techniques, and also through quantum healing, which is what I do in my Akashic Records work. So I'm doing this as a group program specifically to help empaths. Um, I want to say get a grip because that's coming from an empath myself. I'm an empath, and but I didn't really realize, how sensitive I was compared to other people until, I don't know, until really I started getting into the Akashic Records work and really started channeling my own power through my empathic intuitive abilities. And I recognize that empathic people are intuitively strong, and it's hard for us to find that strength when the world outside of us is very competitive and very sort of masculine um, driven, like those kinds of energies where we are very like feeling, and we want to be inward, and we want to connect with people, and that's how we find our a lot of our satisfaction in life is being able to explore those feelings. But um, it's kind of hard to be an empath, especially in the world that is so, going so fast and kind of like hard edged. So it's hard to find our way, but actually, I want to empower empaths to know that we are actually the emotional processors of the world, and we can actually bring our strengths to the surface and use that to um, engage with the world in a very powerful way and actually change the world. So that's part of my purpose in life. But I also understand and see the value of, excuse me, my phone is going off. Um, what we need to do as empaths is we need to find ways to not take things personally, not get into codependent relationships with other people, and also to learn how to really protect our energy field, because we're like sponges, and also people knowingly or unknowingly will gravitate towards us to help them process their feelings. So um, this course is all about helping. This program, course sounds so bleh, boring. The sort of container that I'm holding is all about empowering empaths to strengthen their energetic field, um, to understand when people are crossing their boundaries, understand where their own boundaries are, to cut those ties with um, relationships, relationship dynamics that aren't working for them, and to really tune into their own personal power and purpose so that they can be bright, shining stars in the sky and be powerful. So that's that. But I want to get down to the gist of what this live is all about. So it is, yes, it's also to tell you about my Energetics for Empaths course, but it's also to do a new moon ceremony um, that I personally am needing. So this is one of the things that I'm teaching in this program, is how to do ceremony and how to do ritual. And now my background is in Vedic ritual styles, so Vedic ceremonies. It's pretty hardcore and very specific. Um, and now my practice of ritual isn't like that. So I use the elements that I learned in Vedic ceremony and Vedic tradition, and I apply them in a way that really works for me. And so one of the classes, one of the 6 classes that we have in the course is all the elements of the altar, all the elements of a ceremony, um, and helping you understand the alchemy of ceremony and ritual and the elements, what you can use in order to make your own ritual and ceremony as a daily practice or a monthly practice or whenever you just need it. So to really just use that, the elements to what feels good and right for you. So this new moon, uh, obviously we're going into a new season, um, but it felt powerful for me, and is feeling powerful for me because it's bringing up a lot of insecurities. I don't know if it's like that for other people out there, um, but when when insecurities get brought up in us, whether we are used to that or not, it's a really good it's just a really good sign to slow down. So this new moon, we can, um, yeah, just start to look at what insecurities are coming up in us and what light that's shining, um, on what aspect of our life that's shining light on. So, so I am going to take a pause, take a moment, and I'm going to see because somebody wants to send me a message. I'm going to check to see what that is. Before we start this new moon ceremony.